We need to talk.
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 Welcome back to We Need to Talk. I'm host MR.KOA alongside
Top Boy.
And it is 2019. We are going into our second year.
Yes.
Of the running. Yeah, second year of our podcast.
Yeah, because we started in
next month.
Yeah.
Actually, no, this month. We started January.
We started January?
We started January 2017. Holy shit, everything's getting messed up. Yeah. January 17. Was that? Let me just. You keep talking. Let me figure this out real quick.
Was it January 2017?
I'm almost certain.
That's pretty crazy.
I'm pretty certain. Because we're. Yeah. I'll get there.
Checking the SoundCloud
Scroll.
Yeah, we've been doing this for a long time now. It doesn't feel like it's been.
We're vets right now. January 12th, 2017.
Wow. That's crazy.
And it's January 3rd, 2019.
Okay. So
How do you feel? How do you feel about this? Have we grown? Have we learned? Have we evolved? Have we changed? Have we digressed?
I feel good. I mean, I'm pretty sure anyone that listens to the podcast knows, or they've definitely seen the changes.
I feel like you guys know me now.
Yeah.
I feel like you guys know me now.
We've definitely gone through changes on this podcast. They've seen us in relationships, broken up, gone out of relationships. They've heard about the bullshit we've been through. They've seen us get back into relationships.
You basically know us for 2 years.
Yeah.
Like, if you've been following, like, we're now 2-year friends.
Yeah. Do you think that we have stalkers?
What do you mean by stalker?
Exactly what it means.
You? like you, TV show stalker? Speaking of you, have you seen you?
Yeah, I've watched the whole thing.
Okay,
we have to talk. No, I'm adding that to the list right now. I have a whole list of things to talk about. But
so, like that stalker?
No.
Or do you mean, like,
that's next level.
Or do you think we have, like, people that are, like stans? Like, really, like
hardcore
really like
stans,
us.
yeah.
Like, if we became single, like, they'd cry. They'd be amazed, like, so happy.
Yes, yeah.
I'm sure. I don't think it's from the podcast, though. Because I feel
think it's
like
both.
I'm sure that, like, there is a percentage of people that have started following us due to the podcast.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I can't really track it, but I feel like because our podcast is between both of us, that you've gained following from my followers that follow me that start liking you, and then vice versa. So do you think there's actually a market of our podcast that didn't know either of us personally and literally found the podcast?
Definitely.
Okay.
I know that because like very recently, I met this girl who, when I was talking to her, I never mentioned the podcast whatsoever.
Right.
We're talking about, like, the type of work that we do.
Yeah.
But she's like, oh, you have a podcast, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah. And then that was the end of it.
Yeah.
But in my head, like 10 minutes later, I said to myself, how? I never brought up the podcast. Like, how do you know about this?
Yeah.
Then,
and you don't know her.
Yeah, I didn't know her.
Yeah.
And then the next time we spoke, like a week or two later, she said, yeah, I've been listening to the podcast for a while now.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh shit, like I didn't know you. I'm pretty sure I wasn't following you. I'm still not.
Right.
If she's following me, I have no clue.
Yeah.
But this is someone that found me through the podcast.
Right.
And I don't know how, because they're older than me too. So it's like, okay, how does that work out?
Speaking of older, something I actually wanted us to do this year, which Marlon, shout out Marlon, Extra Gravy Show, he actually sparked my memory.
Yeah.
We've had perspectives from, we've interviewed older people, younger people.
Yeah.
But we have not done a couple yet.
Yeah.
And we have not done elderly couple.
Yeah.
And that would mean elderly, like 50, 70, 80 years. Like, just like late 30s, late 40s that have been in the game. Like, together, though.
Yeah.
So we can really get a real perspective
on
their real bullshit. Like, because we're talking about our own personal. Like, I'm in my 20s, you're in your 20s, so we have as much experience as we have. But one, we're not married, so I would like for us to do a married couple for sure.
Yeah,
just to be like, because just marriage is a whole different ballgame.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm sure if they're open to do it, they'll be like, yo, there's times I fucking hate this guy. And I want to hear that, like, but I'm still married because yada, 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 you know? If we can find, this would be tough, but I want us to do it. If we can find a divorced couple to do something, and be like, if they're cordial enough to be like, we divorced, but we're still cool. Like, I don't know if we have to make a post. I'm down to do it. Like, if any people are divorced and comfortable and still cordial with their ex-husband or ex-wife, if they're down to come, I'd be so down to do that. That would be. I'm super curious. That
would be really cool. I'd also be interested to see a couple that was broken up after dating for a long time.
But they're cordial now.
They're cordial now because
still not getting back together. Though.
Yeah, they're not getting back together. But you know that they're cordial enough to sit there and talk about the shit that went on or why both of them didn't work. Yeah. Would you do an episode with our girlfriends on it?
I would.
Yeah.
Later. not early in the year. Yeah. Like summertime where everything's cool, everyone's happy. Because
that's one of the things that's come up quite a bit. Like I've heard people ask me,
to get the girls on the show?
Yeah, like, when are you going to do stuff with your girls on the show? And I'm like, we'll see. Yeah. We'll see when that comes out.
I mean, I'd be okay with it, like mid. Actually, I would rather it be a live show.
Oh, at the live show?
I would rather them be guests at the live show. And people, if they're nervous or whatever, I don't care. But I'd rather them physically be there so people can be like, literally ask them questions and we can't say shit and just like, okay, yeah, that's us. You know what I mean? Like, I'd rather that interaction because it's like through the podcast, you know, sometimes it's just me and you, me and her, like it's still so direct that they'll still only be answering very, you know, controlled questions, you know? But when it's wild and there's just a wild girl like, yo, Desi, and we can't control that and they can answer, like, I feel like that would be way more dynamic.
That's a good point.
You know? If they're down for it, I know Rhonda's sometimes shy, but I don't know how Jamie is, but if they're down to do it, I'm sure they will be.
Okay.
Once you get them around to it. But I feel that would be the better way to involve them. Yeah. Where people could, like, because what's going to happen? We're going to have them on the show privately like this, and people are going to want to ask them, people are going to wish they asked them questions. You know what I mean? So it's like, to save all that, I wish I could have said this or jumped in. Yeah. No, ask them live.
You're right.
And then,
Okay. No, let's just jump into it. Let's talk about this fucking show.
You? Okay.
So, you know,
if you guys haven't watched You is the Netflix original that's on right now.
Yeah, I think it's based on a book. Okay. But essentially, it's about we don't even know the full backstory of the main character even by the end of the season.
He just became.
But basically, this guy is in love with this woman who he essentially stalks from the very first episode to when they start dating. But along the way, you realize that this guy's like a psychopath, right? You know, he kills people. He's done a bunch of shit. I don't want to ruin the whole thing, but what I noticed about media and like stuff on Netflix and Twitter is that if you don't watch something within, now my rules have changed. Like if you don't watch something,
that's on you.
Yeah, if you don't watch something within 2 weeks, it's over. So you know what? We're gonna ruin things. I'm sorry.
How long has you been out? You've been out what?
It definitely
2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks. That's more than enough time. It's more than enough time for this.
The only reason I don't want to ruin it because New Year just happened. Christmas was so much time. Like I only watch You because I finally had downtime. Yeah. Christmas is hectic. Like, I just want to ruin it because
you seen the whole thing.
I saw the whole thing. Okay. So like we can.
Look, if Ryan and his busy self can see the whole thing, you can see the whole thing.
But the thing is, I feel like us talking about this will spark people who haven't even heard it. Yeah. To start watching. So I still want to give them the opportunity. Like I'm down to discuss it further next episode. Like literally the ending of it.
Okay, we'll discuss that ending. But I'm talking.
We can definitely talk now. But I'm down to discuss the ending next. Because if you hear this episode and still don't watch it, I don't give a fuck.
Okay. So what was one of your biggest issues with this show? Yeah. What was the biggest issue with the show that you had?
The biggest issues? Yeah. I mean, I liked it. I feel like there was a lot of there were definitely some unrealistic. Well, I mean, it's a show. It's like there's obviously going to be unrealistic scenario that you're like, okay, come on, right?
Yeah.
But there's a lot of things that just went unanswered.
Okay.
There's a lot, like, I don't want to say all of them, but I feel like there's a lot of holes in it. They tried to speed along, obviously, to keep you interested, which I was interested the whole series.
Yeah.
But it was, I don't know. I feel like the character development for him was a little rigid.
Well, that's the thing. Like, they didn't. For example, I want to know. All I know is that his parents abandoned him. But I want to know more about Mooney,
the girl. Oh, the owner,
Mooney, the old guy.
Yeah,
like because you find out he's like he's just old or whatever. But I want to know
why is he in a chair?
Why is he in a chair? Why?
Because I feel like he did something to him.
He definitely
I'm
did.
like,
he did.
And the way he's talking to him so nice, you're like, the man hates you.
Yeah, the man hates you. You see the way Mooney is abusing him and shit like. So I want to know more
what
about
happened.
That. I think my biggest issue off the I like the show.
Yeah.
I think my biggest issue off the bat was because we both do photography and video work. Like, I'm no expert, but there's certain things I pay attention to now.
Like continuity,
or just things on set. And I'm like, how was she living in a space in New York?
Yeah. With
no blinds?
The windows just open. Just open.
There was never a point where
man can see you from the street,
bro.
Like, anyone can see you from the street at any, and it's not even like your high rise. You're just up a
ground level.
A step.
She's up a step. And
in downtown New York.
Listen, guys, imagine, like, just to make this make sense. Imagine you're living in downtown Toronto in a condo building, but you're living on the ground floor.
On Dundas
Street. You're in Dundas.
And there's no blinds.
When people come, literally, if they walk by your window, they're seeing into your living room.
And you just change there.
And you have no blinds.
Slap there.
You have no blinds whatsoever.
It's not.
You expect me to like?
Come on now.
And also, there's something I only thought about today. I was watching, Jordan Peele.
Yeah,
he was talking at UCLA last year, to this filmmaking class, right?
Yeah.
And some people were asking him questions about Get Out and why he wrote some of the characters in there, and he was talking about Lil Rel, the Chris's best friend in the movie, right?
Yeah.
And he's basically saying how, I wrote this guy in the movie, the character, because I wanted Black people to actually have a character in the movie that was echoing what they were thinking.
Right.
But
he would just say stuff out loud.
You say stuff out loud, like, this is some wild
that's
shit.
Fucking crazy. Yeah.
But at the same time, you knew that
it's not gimmicky.
Yeah, it's not gimmicky because you knew it was realistic. Because every Black person has that one friend who's like into conspiracies and shit. Yeah. So it's like that was Lil Rel,
okay,
right? And then he went on to talk about how
the Us movie? The Us movie?
No. This is beginning.
Oh, it's last year. Okay.
And he went on to talk about how just some characters in movies, they're not realistic, right? For example, in a horror movie, what's one thing, like, anytime they hear a sound, right? A crazy sound. What's the one thing, like, every person does in that movie? They're like,
go towards it.
They're like, hello?
Yeah.
Like, what is that?
No, you're leaving. Leave.
Everyone, right?
Yeah.
In real life, no one is doing that.
No, exactly.
So I'm watching this show, right? And I'm thinking to myself, I literally had to ask Jamie this. I'm like, yo, are white people really this dumb? Like, I refuse to believe you guys are actually this stupid watching this show, because there were times where the way some of the interactions these characters would have, I'm like, yo, you can't be this stupid. And then it wasn't until, what was her name, Karen? The girl who started dating afterwards, where when that ended, do you see how quickly she moved about everything?
Yeah.
I was like, thank you, because no one...
She's like, later.
She's like, bye.
Yeah.
Like, she didn't fight the breakup. She's like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
I understand. I'm leaving. But then what did she do? She went straight to so-and-so.
Yeah.
I was like, you need to be careful.
Yeah.
For these reasons, why?
How did you not see these?
Right?
How
did you not see
these? I dated the man for a couple months. I dated the man for a couple months.
How long was they dating?
He's off. The man's off.
I don't think they were dating for a couple months.
No, it was a couple. They're doing a couple months because he was coming over there, sleep fucking and all that. Remember, they were doing it for a bit.
Oh my god!
They went to the. They did the continuity thing. It's funny you talking about continuity because I was talking to Rhonda about it because she didn't book it. Do you remember the scene where she goes where they meet?
Yeah.
Because the girl's in the area, whatever, right? And she's with Joe.
Yeah.
And she goes, oh hey, she goes to shake her hand, and she's like, oh sorry, my hand's my.
Oh yeah, my hand's
Do you remember?
cold. Yeah.
Okay, I don't know if you even saw it.
I saw that when she did that.
No, I don't know if you saw the miscontinuity of that scene.
Oh, like was it two different takes?
Bro, so this is off topic, but it's just funny because as we're doing these things, like now I know. Well, I've always noticed it, but now I just notice it so much more because if I was making something, I'm like, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
When they show the scene of her first, they're walking and their hands out, like her hands like on their back, whatever.
Yeah.
Then when the girl puts her hand out to shake her hand's in her pocket. She's like, "Oh, sorry, my hand's in my pocket."
Yeah.
Which was rude, but she's like, "All right." Then she cuts back to the scene. When you cut back to her hand's like this, out of their pocket.
Oh, while they're talking.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I'm like, unless you're telling me you literally went, oh, sorry, like that is wild, which is possible, but like the way they made the scene was like her hands are already in it, like, oh, sorry, unless she really went, oh, she's coming to shake my hand?
Yeah.
Sorry, hands in my pocket. But we'll discuss the ending of You next episode. It definitely is obviously gonna be another season.
No, they're already filming.
I mean, like definitely because the way it ends, just definitely, and I'm down to watch it because I liked it.
I'm gonna watch it.
The other show, since we're on show topics, is Bird Box and all that. Yeah. That buzz. Bird Box was interesting but underwhelming.
I thought A Quiet Place was better, to be honest with you.
I actually haven't watched A Quiet Place yet because I heard it was trash, but I guess I'll try it because whatever. But Bird Box, I felt was, like everyone said, like the hype around it literally gave it more publicity than it probably deserved. Yeah. And
it was thanks to honestly, if we're keeping it 100, it was thanks to Black Twitter.
Yeah, 100.
Where do you think all those memes?
Yeah,
like, most of memes nowadays
they make the movie
come from Black Twitter. So I'm like, okay, the whole reason I watched it, I saw the movie on Netflix, like the
you can't avoid it.
But I didn't watch it right away, and then I saw people putting out all these memes, and I'm like, okay, fine. I have to watch it. And I watched it. I will say the one thing where I was like, okay, this movie is obviously mad unrealistic. It was the fact that Sandra Bullock and what's his name were like living together for 5 years. Yeah. And they had no kids. You know they're fucking. You know for a fact that they were
5 years later.
5 years later, no kids. That's bullshit. I call bullshit now. I know for a fact.
And one thing that really pissed me off, Lil Rel's role, awful.
Like at the grocery, dude, like
awful.
And like, he sacrificed himself. That's not happening, bro.
How do you disrespect him like that? And especially because he just came off of Get Out with such a powerful, good role and good acting. Yeah. And then you just Bird Box just tosses you this dumbass role. You're the dumb black guy. Yeah. That says, I'm getting out the car when I'm getting out. What?
What are you doing, bro?
And going where?
Yeah, I do think it was a cool concept. Like, if you see your fears, it makes you want to... Whatever you see... I do wish that they...
Do you understand that they explained what it really was?
What was it exactly? I can
remember. They never really explained it. And I think that's...
Yeah, that's
like,
true. Because
they left that because you're like... So, when you show... Like, some people are like, oh, I see my mom or I see whatever. And they walk towards whatever. But then some people that are crazy or whatever are like, come, I want you to see this. It's like, what is in these ones? Yeah. Like, why are they advocates? That's why, like, how did they become these advocates? See,
that's why? That's part of the reason. It's part of the reason why I liked A Quiet Place more. Yeah. Because in A Quiet Place, they actually show you what is killing things. Right. Or killing people. And it's just that, it makes it that much more.
Is that the movie that, like, there's no talking the whole movie? Is that the one?
It's not no, there is talking in the movie. But
that's Don't Speak, isn't it?
I don't know what Don't Speak is. A Quiet Place is the one with Jim from The Office.
Yeah. I haven't. Yeah. There's one movie that's called Don't Speak or some shit. I don't know.
I don't know. But A Quiet Place is It's the one with Jim from The Office.
Okay.
But he also directed the movie as
I'll
well.
check that
So
out.
he's in it and he directed it. And the whole premise is, it's kind of the same timeline as Bird Box, but if you make sounds, if you make a sound, like these creatures will come and kill you, right? The difference is they don't show you the backstory as to why
they're doing this.
Things are the way they are now.
Right.
But with A Quiet Place, it's like they kind of try to do it a little bit opposite, but it's like they never show you what is actually killing you. So that leads it to be desired. You're like,
what is it?
Like, what is it? Like, things are making you kill yourself, but what does it look like? Is it even a thing? Like, so I don't know. I thought it was cool, but then at the end when it's just like, oh, okay, it's blind people.
It just ends like that.
It's like blind people that are like just living.
They're immune.
Part of me makes me feel like that's kind of a cop out.
So such a cop out.
It's like, okay.
Oh, we're not affected because we're all blind.
True. It's like, all right. So what are you saying now? Everyone's gonna go blind to fucking live? Fuck that.
Oh, but there's someone the ones that can see here, we just warn them when it comes. And they just found this house.
I thought it was foolish. Those kids don't listen. That was also really upsetting me.
But it's true though.
What, that children?
White kids don't listen.
White kids don't listen.
It's a fact.
Oh my god.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
The way Sandra Bullock was like reprimanding these kids.
Yeah.
She did it. Like, she did a good job.
I
felt like she
kept the movie together for sure.
I felt like the way that she was talking to these kids was the way that my mom would have talked to me if I directly didn't listen. She says, "Stay in the boat," and the kid gets out of the boat.
Yeah.
I'm like,
and the thing is, I kind of like the opening scene because they give you like the way she's talking to them.
Yeah.
It's in a tone as if she's talking to grown adults.
Yeah.
So it kind of there's like a plot.
Oh yeah, the very beginning of the movie.
You just hear like don't look. You're like oh shit, what are you talking?
Yeah.
It's like these little kids like, and you're like oh shit, this is real shit.
Yeah.
But yeah. If you guys haven't seen those, two good movies to watch: Bird Box and the You series. Is not a movie. Sorry, it's a TV series. But yeah, let's we did some reflecting on last year already. Yeah. We have a lot of things to do this year. A lot of ambitions, a lot of ideas. I was talking to Zamor in the car earlier and realized our last live show was June 29th.
June, yeah.
2018. June 29th? That is that's almost 6 months ago. Actually, that is 6 months ago. Because 6 months would be December 29th, correct?
Yeah.
So over 6 months ago was our last live show. That has to change. So we'll figure that out for you guys because that is unacceptable.
Yeah.
How many live shows do you want to do this year?
At least
Let's
3.
just put it out there. At least 3?
At least 3.
So is that that's a third year?
Every 4 months.
Third month?
Every 4 months.
Third of the month? No, you said 3.
Yeah, so every 4 months. Yeah, every 4 months.
Yeah, okay, cool. 3 would be good. I think 3 is good.
3 minimum. That'd be great.
Minimum. 4. If we can do 4, that'd be dope. But I think 3.
Like once a quarter?
Once a quarter, every 3 months. 3 times 4. I think we because that would mean we'd have to do one in March, do one in June, do one in September, and then do one end of Christmas, New Year time.
Yeah.
That's doable. I think that's doable.
I don't think
It's
there's anything wrong with that.
not necessarily whether or not it's doable. It's if it's necessary to do 4. And if instead of doing 4, if we replace the 4th with a party, which we didn't get to do last year.
That's probably what we should do. Replace with a party.
Because I wanted, we wanted, honestly, I don't even know what happened last year. I really have no idea.
Yeah. We just got busy.
No, not even, I don't mean like that. I mean, I don't know what happened. Like, the year's gone.
Yeah.
Gone.
Yeah. 2018 was the longest, quickest year.
Holy
ever.
shit.
Like, there were a lot of things that happened in 2018. Like, okay, do you remember the H&M scandal?
Oh,
do you remember that?
With the monkey?
That was the beginning of 2018.
Really?
Didn't that feel like it was like 2 years ago?
Yeah. With the monkey.
The Olympics, the Winter Olympics were in 2018.
I feel like I got squeezed into that year somehow.
It was the longest, quickest year. What else happened? Okay, end of the year. What also happened was, do you see that thing with Diddy and Cassie?
I browsed over
Because we're talking about relationships and shit. So
I browsed over it.
From what I have gathered,
Did he cheat on her or something? Is that what's going on?
I don't know. From what I know, is like Diddy and Cassie have been a thing
forever
for like 10 years, but he never made it official. You
just kind of know, but never actually.
But he never like put a ring on it or like even whatever. So I think they broke up like ages ago.
Okay.
And recently, I don't know why he did it exactly, but I saw it on Twitter. Basically, he posted in his story, I think, a picture of Cassie with the caption like "I heart you," and then she posted on her Instagram account, you know, like moments afterwards, a picture of her with her new man, right? Right?
That no one knew about.
I don't know if people didn't know about it. It's this white dude, right?
But regardless, she posted it.
Regardless, she posted it right afterwards.
Get that shit out of here.
Yeah. So the thing that was funny was, so you know, obviously, all these girls on Twitter were like going like, yes, like you know, do
fuck
you
Diddy.
like fuck Diddy, all that type of shit, because they're saying, you know, he had all this time to do something about it and he never did. Right? I totally understand that. But then Marlon had like quoted one of these tweets and retweeted, and he was like,
quoted Diddy's tweet?
He just quoted someone basically saying that, you know, Cassie doing what she did was great.
Right.
And then he said, let Diddy have left Cassie for a white girl, would we be showing the same energy? Right?
Yeah.
And I laughed at that.
Yeah,
I thought it was funny. Like I retweeted it because I thought it was fun. Like the whole thing is, I don't knock Cassie at all for, you know, doing what she did. She wants. I definitely don't knock her for dating a white guy. I definitely don't knock her for posing her man after Diddy did what he did. I don't knock her at all.
They're both playing petty. So whatever.
They're both being petty. I do think there is a bit of truth to that, and I think part of it is because, you know, how trash a lot of guys are. So I don't blame it. But I remember when I retweeted it, one of my homegirls was just like, I can't believe you retweeted this, right? I can't believe you retweeted this trash. And I'm like, yo, chill. Like, be honest.
Yeah.
Would we be seeing that same energy?
But you know why, though. Would
we be seeing that same energy? Of course not.
And
that's the point, though. That's the point.
But there's a number of factors why. Because we're not even using an equal playing field. Because Cassie's not dark skinned black.
Yeah.
So it's not even like Cassie's mixed with something. I don't know if she's mixed with white.
She's not. I don't even think she's fully. She's not. Is she black at all?
She's mixed with God knows what, but she's not fully black. That's for sure. So if she's mixed herself, with whatever, her dating a white guy is not that far fetched or like crazy or that wow. But it's because Diddy is a dark skinned black guy. That him doing it is a stereotype. Right.
Her dad's Filipino, her mom's African American. Yeah.
So she's mixed with Asian and black. Yeah. Like, so whatever. She has the fucking free card to do what she wants because she's mixed herself. Well, we all have a free card, but I'm saying in terms of what's, you know, frowned upon, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. But obviously it would be different if Diddy dated a white girl because, one, Cassie's goddamn gorgeous. Yeah. Diddy's not goddamn sexiest man in the world. It's like, no one's gonna be like, yo, you left Diddy for... No. People will be like, you left Cassie for this white thing? Like, that's will be the narrative. Yeah. So it's not even like, it's not even even. Like, Diddy loses regardless. He lost Cassie, you're an idiot for losing Cassie. Yeah. And if you did the white thing, wow, you're white, you're waste. Yeah, like, so he would just lose. Cassie's kind of like, if Diddy did cheat, girls are always gonna rate her because she's like, yeah, get the ass out of here, he cheated. Yeah. And whoever, she could date a damn Chinese guy. Yeah. They're like, anyone's better than Diddy, boo. Like, she's already on the, like, the cheatee is already on the plus, you know? So
it's pretty interesting. Like I said, I don't have an issue with what Cassie did whatsoever. I just thought it was funny seeing Marlon's take on it, and then seeing some of the pushback that he got for it, right? Because I think he was just being objective because it's true.
Yeah.
I mean, you know how it is, like specifically in the Black community, there's always going to be an issue if you're a Black guy and you date a white girl. There's 100% going to be people who are going to have issue with that, right? Which
they shouldn't, but it is what it is.
Yeah. Which, when I think about it, do you think that energy is also reflected if a Black girl is dating a white guy? Do you think it's the same?
It's reflected from the women.
Yeah, because hold on, because this is my thing, right?
Because I don't
think as guys, as Black men, if I see a Black girl dating a white guy, I don't have that. I'm not saying there's always animosity from Black women, but I don't have that same energy towards her.
No, exactly.
But I'll be honest. Sometimes if I see it, I'm like, oh, true.
You acknowledge it though.
I'm like, oh, only because.
But I know,
based on what I know about most Black girls, I don't see them saying, "Oh, I want to date this white guy."
Right.
But I think it's the same in reverse for Black girls looking at Black men dating a white woman. But it's like a little bit next level.
Yeah, that's why, and that's why I say like I'll admit I definitely acknowledge it because I see it, but it's not to the point where I'm like, why is she or why is he like? Not at all from guys. It's constantly and continues to be a thing that women continue to, hate on other women about. Like, if a Black girl is happy with a white guy,
that's all that should matter.
That's all that should matter. But that's not the case because she gets more flack from her Black women than Black men. Yeah. That's a fact. Yeah. And then the Black men still get flack from the Black women. Yeah. More than the Black men. Yeah. So it just comes down to not that all Black women are against it, but this animosity and this disapproval typically comes from the Black women towards other Black women or other Black men. It's not really the Black men. They're like, yo, why? Like, not that there's none either, but it's not typically from the Black guys. I agree.
The thing is, I want to make it clear that it's not as if I don't understand. I don't understand it.
Understand what?
It's not that I don't understand why some Black women may feel the way that they do.
Oh, absolutely.
Like I'm not ignorant to that.
Black guys explicitly say, like, there are Black men that explicitly say they prefer white girls. So
this is
the problem. Which is a big problem.
This goes into my next point, right? Once again, like, I personally don't think there's any issue with it whatsoever as long as you're not putting down
the other
or people that look just like you. You know what I mean? I think that's when I begin to think you're actually ridiculous. If you say things like, "Oh, I only date white things. I only date Asian things, not Black things." You know what I'm saying? Like that's where the problem lies.
That's where the problem is.
But I think, we talked about this on one of the live shows, right? Where I think because there are a lot of guys who are like that, by default, we all get casted with that.
Absolutely.
Because the moment they see you dating a girl that isn't Black, even if she's light skinned, right? Not mixed.
No, just light. Yeah.
Just light skinned, which means she's full Black.
Literally, not even the mixed one. Like, born Black parents, but her skin is lighter. Yeah, not mixed.
Like, there's a difference out there for people that need to understand this. Like, there's a difference between light skin and mixed, right? Yes. So you could be dating a light skinned girl, like, automatically, somewhere along the line in their head, they go, okay, he must have some issue.
Must.
I faced it it wasn't the live show, but it was
No, it wasn't live show.
It wasn't our live show. It was Tony's thing.
Oh, remember? Yeah. And they're like, then the girl said, I feel like you've never dated a Black girl or something. One girl said that in the crowd or some shit.
No, I explained.
Oh, you said you never. You said you never did, and the girl said you look like that or something.
And I was like, "Excuse me?" Yeah, I explained like my blah blah blah, and it still didn't mean shit. I was like, "Okay, true." Like, I can't really do anything. So, it all comes down to whether or not if you put down people who look just like you, you should never do it. Even if I was, let's say, I was to only date brown chicks, right? Mm-hmm. Right? Another minority. I wouldn't then say to myself, I don't date Asian chicks.
Yeah.
Right? Like I just don't in my mind say I need to put down another
Like,
race of women to be like.
I feel like one of the big issues with our society is that people view things as if someone chooses something, they're negating the other.
Yeah.
It does not, just because someone wants something does not automatically mean then everything else is the lesser.
Yeah.
But that is how everything is viewed in this economy now. That's like, if you choose, like, if you're choosing this, then you must not. No, I could equally like them all and still just end up choosing this because what's around me, what I'm used to, they're nicer to me, whatever that other factors is. It's not to negate if I choose this means I must not like anything else.
Bro, it's like you're 100% right. Like another prime example would be, I brought up Jordan Peele earlier. The way people, like, based on what Jordan Peele has done, putting out Get Out and like the type of things, all that stuff, he's done great things, right? But people forget all the time that not only is Jordan Peele actually mixed, like he's genuinely mixed, right? I think he's a white mom or something like that. He's also married to a white woman, right? Who's also...
And he got flack for that.
Yeah, he's also hilarious. Like, she's the chick on Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
He got flack for that, too.
Right?
Oh,
like,
why are you making a movie like Get Out if you're married to a white girl? What does that even mean? So I'm not aware?
I think the movie was like a direct representation of like his experiences. Plus, all our experiences.
Yeah, but you don't know you're married to a white girl. No, I do know. That's exactly why I made this movie.
Yeah. Stop this. You know? I mean, I think there's just certain things you...
And let's just shut this down from now.
Yeah.
Someone dating or being married to or liking... Sorry, not someone. A black person being married to, liking, wanting, or dating white people does not remove their ability to speak their truth about being black.
Yeah.
They're no lesser to discuss black issues just because they like white people or they like white girls or they're with white person. It doesn't make them less experienced at being black. Yeah. Like, there's no pure black because you're dating black and black means now you can speak for us.
Yeah.
It's not how it works. It's not, you don't get to talk for us because you're dating a white person. That makes absolutely no sense.
I feel you. Go on.
No, that's just frustrating because I see it. I see that happen all the time. It's almost like people don't take them seriously because, it's coming from him, but he's dating a white girl.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
What does it mean? So I just wish people kept it. They call it spade a spade, right? Like I wish more people were just kept it 100 and said what they really feel. Like if they said, "Look, I just don't like that you're dating a white girl." Yeah. Right? I'd respect that more than you giving me all these bullshit things. I just wish more people kept it 100, right? Because like this actually segues into the next point I was going to bring up. I haven't such a big issue with the fact that people don't, they don't keep it consistent in all areas of their life, right? Whether it's, their work, but specifically with relationships and there's everything surrounding celebrities right now, right? So anyone that listens to this podcast knows from previous episodes that, for example, I am a Kanye fan, right? As I said in the past, it does not change the fact that like I'll call him out on his bullshit, right? I think I should do that if I'm a fan,
right?
But what's wild to me is Kadeem and I were talking about it earlier, and he was like, Kadeem's probably the biggest Kanye fan I know. He will even call him out on his bullshit, but he said it's crazy to me how, based on this whole beef that him and Drake are having, people will deadass have you think that Kanye is lame for Ye being upset about Drake and his wife, right? Mm-hmm. So, backstory, he's a while back, I think...
for the follow comment, that's the...
Not even just the follow, let's go further back than that, right? I think he brought up how, Kanye said on one of his videos that he posted on IG how he's like, bro, I think it's crazy that you you like Snoop Dogg and like all these people like saying shit like, oh, I know why Kanye's mad is because Drake fucked your wife, right? Even though like I don't know if that's true.
No one knows. Yeah,
nobody knows, right? But Kanye's like the fact that you literally are just being quiet about it,
not
when you
addressing it,
when you know that it's not true. Once
if
again,
it is,
once again, I don't know. It could have happened. It might not. But he's like the fact that you didn't address it. He's like that's fucked up, right? Because
if you're my boy,
yeah, I totally understand why Drake would feel the way that he does against Ye, right? So forget like if you're my boy or not, like on just a man to man level. Okay. If someone said they slept, if there's a rumor going around that someone slept with your girl, and that person just decided to be quiet about it, of course I'm gonna be mad at you, right? Now you're telling me not
like, address this.
Now you're like, like to me that's low. Yeah. And then on top of that, the fact of the matter is like,
and you can't say you didn't know what's going around.
Exactly, of course you did. Kanye's in like literally the worst place in his life right now mentally. And Drake is honestly just living in his head rent free, right? Like Drake is a very calculated guy. He knows how to get to people, and that whole comment about him following my wife and shit like that. On surface level, it sounds so petty. Like, it sounds so silly, right? For grown people to be talking about this type of shit. And then I thought to myself, I'm like, bro, like, Kim has probably been on Instagram since since it started. Oh,
like,
right?
Like, why are you following now?
And Drake never followed her until September when all this beef is going. Like,
because you're trying to get me.
I mean, he clearly is, right? I mean, he clearly is. I understand. It's just the way you play the game, right? But I'm just like, come on, you got to keep it. You got to keep it 100. So I thought it was just like wild how people will sit there and be like, "Yo, Ye's crazy." I'm like, bro, I think a lot of us might react the same way. Not like maybe publicly or like whatever, but I think a lot of people would be pissed if, like, I would be pissed if I'm beefing with a man, like I'm hardcore beefing.
But the thing is, I feel like it's not even fair to just say a man. Like, I know you, Drake.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like it's not just a man, and we've worked together. We're friends with the same. Like, it's different if it's literally just a man on Instagram.
Yeah.
Drake.
Yeah.
I know who you are.
Yeah.
We're not like, I heard this Drake guy.
Yeah.
Who's he does some rap a little bit.
Yeah.
I know who you are. What are you doing? Like, it's, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's literally like you knowing someone personally, and him just letting things unravel. Like,
so the reason I brought up like the whole keeping it 100 is because I had like a fucking long conversation with my homegirl Amanda. She was on the show last year, and basically I was saying how I think we talked about the whole Drake and the baby situation and all that. Personally, it doesn't change how I
view his music,
view Drake, view his music. It literally doesn't change any of that. What it did show me, though, is obviously when you're in the industry or like people, you know how things, what dudes are really like, right? But what that showed me and what I thought other people would see is Drake is really no different than a lot of mans, right? Like he's really not. I think the thing that made Drake so successful as a rapper turned into like this mega pop star.
It was a clean rap sheet.
It was a clean rap sheet, but also the fact that he was one of the few rappers who would put women first in his music.
Right. And people would diss him about it.
People would diss him about it.
Yeah.
And look where it went, right? He is massive because of that. I felt like him having this child
tarnish that.
Yeah, I mean,
tarnish your what you started with, like,
because you slept with this woman that, quite frankly, a lot of people have slept with. You had this kid. You, for many albums, publicly talked about your personal family stuff, and then you have this kid. You're quiet about it, but you're still moving like you're single. You know, like you didn't just have this kid. I understand. You know, after he spoke on LeBron's show, you know, he said he was embarrassed about it, right? Rightfully so. Like, I understand that. Like, I would be embarrassed too. But is that not trash behavior? Like, is that not the same thing? Like, what he did and how he moved, I swear to God, I know so many women who, if that happened to me, if that happened to me, they'd be like, wow, that's trash. Yeah. Like, you're a trash guy for that. Like,
they'd hold you accountable for it.
They'd hold me accountable. Absolutely. No one, bro, absolutely. When that situation happened, I was like, yo, Drake is untouchable.
Untouchable. How can you still do this and it gets a little buzz for a couple of days and everything's just gone back to normal?
So what it taught me is two things. Like, I kind of grew up always thinking, because you said it perfectly last year in one of our episodes, where just because you could, like, for example, you can be in your child, like, you can be there as a father, but it doesn't mean that you're really a father. Right. You know, you can be around, but it doesn't mean that you're really a father. Right. Somewhat like you could have parents that are split up, but your mom is still there 100%, your dad is still there 100%. Right. So paying child support doesn't automatically make all those things. But I'm looking at this situation and I'm thinking to myself, fam, like, how do we just give a pass like this? You know, like no, and it comes down to this. If you make good shit, if you make good content, no one gives a fuck what is going on. No one. Because look, the truth is, if Kanye, honest to God, I believe this, if Kanye was to put out...
We're still putting out fire right now.
If he put out like a dark fantasy, no one would give a flying fuck what he is talking about. It's just
because while this bullshit's happening, he's not also doing music and doing stuff. So he's
isn't up to par.
So he's like easy to attack. Yeah. Because you're like, I'm not really liking your stuff that much, so let me just diss you.
Let's think about it. Kodak Black, right? Kodak Black is trash. Like, he's got some shit going on right now that should turn a lot of women off, right?
Still making good
Coincidentally, music. Who listens to a lot of his music? Women, right? A lot of women love his music. Love his shit. 6ix9ine. 6ix9ine's trash, like, as a human being. I'm not gonna front. I fuck with the song Gummo. When I'm in the gym, of course. Bro, that shit gives me abs. You know how many kids listen to his shit knowing that this nigga's trash? Next person. R. Kelly, right? We know R. Kelly has been trash since the Boondocks days when Huey basically called him out. Doesn't matter because if Ignition comes on, we're all singing it.
We're singing it. Like, it's just, honestly, we're just easy to distract.
So that's all it is. So my thing is like, I wish people just kept it 100 because it seems to me that people don't think that what Drake did is even that bad. Yeah. Right? And I guess
they're justifying it with...
Yeah, maybe because he's like loaded and they know that he can actually take care of the child. Right. Like, whatever it is.
But we're all making assumptions.
But in my eyes, it's like the way that I've always grown up is it's like if you know, like if you have a kid and you're just not there,
you're dead. You're a piece of shit.
You're a piece of shit. And as I'm getting older, I'm realizing that actually doesn't matter to a lot of people. Like, that's not that bad to a lot of people.
It's the norm now.
I'm like, that's fucked up. Yeah. I understand that, you know, some people who grow up in those situations, they actually become super strong because of it. But that doesn't change the fact that that's shit behavior. Absolutely. Right? And I'm just like, bro, this man actually has some shit behavior. So, and it didn't mean nothing.
I think, to wrap that up, I think the biggest problem with us and society is that we feed off of our interests. Yeah. And when our interests are taken away from us, then we have the attention and we have the freedom to actually be aware of the negative shit that's happening. Yeah. Like anything, like how many times, like on a grander scale, when there's forest fires, there's famines, there's war, there's whatever, all this shit happening all the time. But if something important that we feel is important to us happens, we forgot about all of that. Yeah. Like, because we're not living in it. Like, you can't forget about it if you live in a war zone. Yeah. But if you're not in it,
you forget it. Like,
everyone, how many summers have we gone by? How many, like, I can't even tell you. How many summers have we gone by where we have 1 to 2 days maximum of pray for hashtags?
A lot.
How many summers? Yeah. Pray for this, pray for that, pray for this person, pray for that, free this person, free that. It lasts a couple days until the next cool thing happens.
Yeah.
The next thing you find interesting happens, supersedes all of that, and you're done with it.
Yeah.
Like,
Man, it's ridiculous. I just wish.
you can't
You're
wish.
100% right. But no, I truthfully wish people just kept it 100 all the time. Like, on that same show where LeBron's show, where Drake was on, and he talked about the Pusha T situation, all that bullshit. He said, obviously, like, I actually sympathized with the guy when he was talking about, I felt embarrassed about it. It sucks because you always want to have a kid with the person that you thought you were going to be with.
Properly.
And you know who he brought up? He said Rihanna. Like, he brought up, like, I always wanted to be with her, blah, blah, blah. You know what he did? Like, next week, after that show came out?
What?
You know when he was bringing out all these people? Like, he was on tour.
Stage and all that? Brought LeBron out, brought all these people out?
Who did he bring out the following week?
LeBron.
Chris Brown.
Oh, okay.
Fam, if you really... Come on, like... I don't know. Like, I know that situation... But let's be real here, bro. Like, if I love a particular girl, am I gonna bring out the guy that beat the shit?
Stop it.
Come on.
It's publicity stunts.
That's trash bait. No, bro. Am I crazy?
Yeah.
Am I crazy for seeing this and and thinking it's a big deal?
No, because you generally have to be honest with ourselves. Because let's dumb this all the way down. Because sometimes when we talk about celebrities, it gets so fuzzy.
Yeah.
Because it's a different world we just don't understand. I'm not up there. We're not rich. So let's just dumb it down to our level, to regular users, regular people. If you are in love with a guy or in love with a girl, and you know someone who's beat them up, you just know everyone's aware of it. You're aware of it. She's told you for sure because you know her and you love her. I don't care how much time has passed.
Yeah,
we're not cool. We're never gonna be cool. Do you understand? If I love this girl and I know you abused her, we're never going to be cool.
Yeah.
I don't care if you guys made it up. I don't care if you want to tell me you're sorry for doing. That's cool. We're never gonna be cool.
Yeah.
That's never gonna be like that was 5 years ago.
You know what I mean?
It'll never be like that was only 5 years. That was like what? No, I'm not forgetting about that.
Because the way that I look at this girl, right, is I look at her one way. If I love her, I look at her a particular way, and I look at anyone that brought harm to her. They go in this category.
You're done.
They go in this category where I say to myself, I can't associate myself with you because if I do,
that's to ruin my chances with her. What the hell?
It ruins my chances with her, but it might also make people think I'm okay.
I'm okay with that.
I'm okay with that.
Wait, isn't that girl you like that girl? Didn't he beat? Yeah, but like
I'm not a fan of this whole cancel culture bullshit because I think it gets a little out of hand sometimes. But it's like, bro, I just think some things.
No, I think canceling never listen to the music.
Yeah,
but we're not cool.
Yeah, I'm just saying some things are common sense, bro. Like I can sit there as Drake or as myself and say, look, I like his music. That's cool. I like his music. I'm not gonna be all buddy with you though.
Stop it.
I'm not. How can I be?
He just posted a picture of them.
I know. And literally, I know for a fact no one is looking at that thinking that's a little odd.
No.
Come on, fam.
They're thinking, say Chris Brown and Drake collab coming? That's all you guys... Oh.
Come on, fam.
Fucking monkeys. Just dance and just fucking forget everything. As long as you guys are eating and dancing, everything's fun. Doesn't matter what happened behind the scenes. Just free monkey life.
Bro, like, come on. Like, it's, oh my God. I was looking, sometimes I truthfully think, I look at some situations and I say to myself, yo, I have to be crazy. I have to be crazy.
If no one else is seeing this.
Yeah, I have to be, like, I have to be. Am I crazy?
Am I the weird one?
Yeah, sometimes I'm like, I have to be the weird one. I have to be. If I'm looking at this thinking, come on, that's not fucked up.
Yeah.
I just imagine taking their situation and just applying it to my life. And I'm like, there's no fucking way.
There's no way.
There's no fucking way I'd be in that situation.
There's no way you're coming on stage with me if you beat the girl of my dreams.
Like,
I'll never see you again. Don't even come to my parties.
Like, the best way I can explain it is, let's say I knew someone beat up my ex, right? Before me and my ex started dating, she was dating this guy, and this guy abused her, right? And then me and my ex date, we break up. There's no scenario after the breakup where I'm now cool with this guy that I know. Do I have to spell this out? Like, it's not. I don't understand. I don't understand that. I don't understand. Someone help me understand.
Unless you really don't love her, just stop it.
Facts.
And if that's the case,
Facts.
that's the case,
Yeah.
then stop with the Rihanna charade. Just stop with the charade. Say you like her, she didn't like you back,
God.
and it didn't work. That's it.
Facts.
Don't say I love Rihanna. Just because Rihanna knows you don't. Because this is the thing. As a woman now, like I can just speak for as a woman. Let's say if I'm Rihanna, one, I'm never forgetting Chris Brown beat me. That's just number one.
You think?
That's just number one.
Yeah.
And then two, if I see Drake and Chris Brown chilling, I'm like, y'all are both whack. Like, that's just me as a woman. Like, I'm like, you guys are both whack.
Yeah.
You've been trying to hit on me for the last few years, saying you love me and all this. Okay. You beat me and keep trying to come back to me, but you dated Cruch and all the other girls. And like, you're whack. Now you guys are chilling. You guys are both whack.
You guys are both whack.
Like, this is why I'm not talking to neither of you guys. Like, that's what I would get as a woman. You know what I mean? Like, both of you guys are on stage dancing to that. I look at your page, I'm like, you guys are whack. Like, that's it. Yeah. But us as the lower people, the smaller people, were like, oh, Chris Brown collabing. You're like, you forgot everything.
You guys are literally
short term memories.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. So we got two questions actually. Yeah. People asked me throughout the week. So one of them is, I think we talked about like body counts for women at some point last year. I saw a comment online where I think it's like one of those college videos where these guys were going around asking girls after like a club.
Is he sleep with them?
No, like he doesn't sleep with them, but he asks like how many guys have you slept with, blah blah.
Okay.
And there's like bare mans in the comments like talking shit because some of these girls have slept with a lot of people.
Oh, they're answering for real.
Yeah, and this one girl commented, she's like, why do men have a problem with women's body count? Like, don't they want a woman with experience? And I read that, I was like, yo, she kind of has a point. I know it's a double standard,
Of course.
but real talk, Ryan, real talk. Would you honestly, at your age right now, say to yourself, the next girl I date either has to be a virgin, I saw the look on your face, or has only been with like two people in her life?
Absolutely not.
Right?
Like in a rational mind, no.
Because
you want those things. This is the thing. It's but this topic will always drive me crazy. Yeah. Because are you hot too? Yeah, I'm hot. Fuck, I'm dying in here. Yeah. This topic will always drive me crazy. For the mere fact that men, the camera's moving. The mere fact that men, we're selfish as fuck. That is all it is. Yeah. Because in our minds, it's like the jungle. Like, we just want to own territory and we don't want anyone touching it. I don't want no other man pissing on this. Yeah. I don't want any man touching it, kissing it, grabbing it, nothing. I don't want her giving anything. I don't want you sharing anything. Like, if it's mine, and that's it. I'll be back and I can talk to whoever I want. Yeah. Don't worry about all that. Yeah. Like, hey, relax. Don't worry about that. You just stay here and be good. It's not real. It's not realistic. We want it hypothetically and probably practically in our mind. Yeah. But what really comes from that, like, one, virgins suck. First of all, if you want real sex and you really want to enjoy, virgin sucks. Yeah. She's scared. It hurts. Yeah. It's not going all the way in. Yeah. She's crying. Yeah. There's blood. Yeah. She's attached. Like, you don't want all that. Yeah. You don't. Now, you don't want a goddamn super freak. I mean, you want her, like, I know guys would slap it, but you're not wifing that. Why? You'd slap it because you're like, I want to experience what this is. Yeah. And I'm okay with experiencing this because I know I'm not keeping it. So, like, it's like that. It's like that. It's the onus is like, there's no guilt when it's that way because you're like, I know I'm not taking her seriously. I know I'm not wifing it. So I can just join the pack of the guys. Like, and that's the weird part. Because guys are okay slapping things that fuck a whole bunch of guys if they're not wifing it. Yeah. They're like, I'll just do it. Like, even though it's the same concept, but because we're not owning it, it's okay.
I see what you're saying.
Like,
but do you think
we don't want to own anything that's... I don't want to use a word. I was going to use the word. I don't want to use... You know where that's going. And I'm not even going to go there. Yeah. We don't want to own... We just don't want to own anything.
But do you think that a lot of it has to do with how someone carries himself? Because what if you meet a woman... Because when you say... like, let's say we're talking about like a super freak, right? The moment you say that, you have an image in your head of also how this woman is when she's not even having sex. Yeah. Like how she talks to people, how she's moving around. But what if she's like a super freak in the privacy of the bedroom? Right. But everywhere else, you would never know.
That exists.
I'll be honest, I would wife that type of woman. I truthfully would. Like, what am I going to do halfway through while we're having sex, right? It dawns on me. I realize, oh, shit, this woman is experienced. She's a super freak. Yeah. I notice this while we're having sex. Yeah. But when we're not in the bedroom, she's
on the shit.
She's on her shit, whatever. I would wife that.
No.
But I wouldn't.
Of course we would.
I wouldn't wife the girl... And I think
that's applies to chasing dick.
And I think it applies to reverse, right? Like, a girl's not going to wife a man
that's chasing pussy all the time. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think a lot of it comes down...
That comes with our age now, though.
Yeah.
That's what their age, because that's what their age... Like, now their age, like, we talked about not asking numbers anymore anyway. So, like, if you're already slapping it, you're just going to assume if this is good... I'm sure there's some bias in there.
No, but you know
I'm not going to go down there.
Okay, but you know why you're right? Because when you're younger, men in particular, there's a higher chance of, same girl that I just explained, right? There's a higher chance of that guy then going to his boys and be like, yo, this was crazy. Right. But at my age now, if I was to ever sleep with a girl like that,
you don't know what's knowing. You're not going to know.
You're not knowing what that sex is like. If you ask me, I'll just be like, it was cool. Yeah. It was cool. I don't need you
You're
to
not
going
to say this is wild.
Like, yeah, you don't need to know. Like,
you're living your life now, enjoying it. And I think that's where, maybe that's even where it all evolved from. Yeah. Because guys really talk a lot. Like, contrary to popular belief. If people say that girls gossip, guys gossip goddamn a lot too. Yeah. So, because guys gossip so much, and when we gossip so much as youth, it's like nobody wants a girl with so many bodies because of what the guys will do to us. Yeah. It's not like... It has nothing to do with... If we really... Like, yes, there is a portion of it where I really don't like knowing a bunch of guys have been in my girl. Yeah. That is a portion of my brain. Yeah. But the larger portion is being on road and man's being like, whoa! that man wife? That, like... That possibility is so fearful to a man that, like, that girl could be your everything. Your family could love her. Yeah. You know, she can have her shit, she can have a car, own job, own whatever. But if you find out that all the mans know that she slapped a whole bunch of guys, your whole perspective changes. Yeah. And it's not fair. I 100% agree it's not fair. It's childish, it's immature. You can say whatever you want, but if a man's circle of friends or circle of friends and extended are talking about you and they know about what you've done, it doesn't matter what you're doing for this guy because that is so much stronger. It just is. And I don't know if the same way goes for girls because of the shift of like, well, all guys fuck a lot of girls. So like, even if a girl found out that you fucked a lot of girls, she might be uncomfortable, but it won't stop her. Like, it won't change her view of you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I don't feel like... I feel like she might be like... Oh, fuck. Like,
if anything, it might give her more caution in the sense that... Fuck, I wonder if this guy's gonna...
Cheat. She'd be worried about your desires. Can I hold his desires or can I keep his attention or whatever? But it won't be like... Oh, man. Yeah. Like, to a guy... When a guy finds out about his girl or a girl he's talking to... it's like, oh, it's like, why? Like,
Yeah.
it's really like, why?
Yeah.
Like, we
No,
really
you're right.
ask the question, why? Girls don't ask, why do you have sex with so many girls? It's kind of just like, I mean, you know? Now, to answer your question about experience, the problem with, like, we want to have a cake and eat it too. You want a girl that's experienced, her head's amazing, the sex is great, she's freaky, she's this, but you want someone with a low body count. It can't exist because someone with a low body count is shy. And if she's shy, she's not doing all these things, and if she hasn't done all these things, she's not going to be good, and it just kind of snowballs that way. If you have someone with a whole bunch of guys, she might be super perfect in all those areas. Yeah. But one thing I've noticed, and obviously I'm not gonna put this across the board because we always have to say it's not everybody. But one thing I've noticed is that typically the same girls who are fucking a whole bunch of guys are not normally as focused.
Yeah.
Like there's like, and I think it's because of society. Like for a girl to sleep with a whole bunch of guys, it's a much slipperier slope of a path and like personal direction. And what I mean by that is like there's a lot more men out there that are fucking a whole bunch of girls, but they have their shit together and they're super focused and they're doing that. But the girls that are typically fucking a whole bunch of guys typically fall into this negative loop and then get passed around where they start losing their own like goals and own shit. Yeah. Not to say there's not girls that are on their own shit fucking guys, but that's just typically what comes to those type of girls. It gets a negative connotation for those type of girls. And that's what really turns us off, because like then we just think all they're supposed to do is fuck. Even if they are doing some cool shit, it's like, if you're fucking all these guys, what are you really doing?
Yeah, you have this certain perception. Yeah. No, you're right. I just think I remember one of my like my really good friends who's older than me. He's like, he might be someone that'd be dope to have on the podcast because him and his girl are married, right? Have a kid and everything. And he said to me, like, when I was younger, he was like, I went through what was it, breakup? I don't remember. I was seeing some girl, but he just said to me, yo, you never want to be, like, there's nothing wrong with like, because I understand why you're upset, but bro, like, this was you and hers, like, first serious relationship. You don't want to be with that girl. Yeah. Because he was so raw about it. He's like, bro, honestly.
Like because you're her first serious relationship?
But he's like, bro, honestly, women need to go out and, like, experience dick. And you need to go out and experience pussy. Yeah. Because
before you make this serious.
Because then you will know for sure what it is that you do and don't want.
Absolutely.
So I personally, like, I have nothing against saying, like, I want a girl who has experience, because then I know in my head, all right, in my head, it's kind of like a sense of comfort, because I know I've been that guy where I've been the new experience for women. Right. And then I've seen, like, where that goes, what it does and where it goes. So I'm just like, okay, let me not put myself in a position where, you know, this is not entirely new, but at the same time, I'm not causing myself some trouble.
You want to be brand new, but you don't want to be, you want to be brand new in terms of, sorry, not brand new. You want to be refreshing.
Yeah, you want to be fresh.
I don't want to be brand new.
There you go, yeah.
I want to be refreshing.
You want to be fresh? Really refreshing, but not brand new.
I want to be refreshing. I want to be like a girl who's like, you have a lot of traits other guys I've been with have. Yeah. But you're better because you have this as well. Yeah. Not, you have everything
different.
Like, no one I've ever been with does what you do. Yeah. I've never experienced anything that you do.
Yeah, the moment you hear that, you're like, oh.
Really?
Oh, shit.
Like anything? No, nothing. Okay. So, I don't think it's going to work. Like,
what was it we said? Oh, it was in like a lot. It was one of the earlier podcasts, and I think it was when, like, old hookup stories or whatever. And one of the things that I heard was, I remember I slept with this one girl, and she said afterwards, this is the best sex I've ever had.
Oh yeah.
And the first thought in my head was fuck.
Yeah, because now you're stuck.
like, it's different if my girlfriend says that to
Yeah,
me.
because I'm already dating you.
I'm
So
already
perfect.
dating you, but I'm like, great, I'm
Yeah.
doing a good job here,
Yeah.
right? But
if you're the best, it's like she's not letting you go. Ever.
shit.
You have to kick her off. Like, kick her off of you.
Yeah. I'm like, damn, I'm put myself in a position. I'm in a conundrum now. You know, that's what it is. All right, last question. Someone asked me, Sarah asked me about patience, right? So she said, as we live in a world of instant gratification, do you think that we're patient enough with each other? So it could be, she said, in regards to sex, in regards to relationships, you know, I don't know if we talked about it, but how, let's say you're dating someone, right? Like you're in those early stages. How, I know the cliche answer is when you're ready, like when the time is right, when the moment is ready. But when do you think you should have sex with someone that you're talking to, you're vibing with, you're feeling out? When do you think you should have sex?
Sooner than later.
Obviously, but give me a timeline here.
Like, okay.
Give me time.
I'll
No, I want time.
No, that's what I'm saying. So I'm just gonna average that. I'm gonna average. Why can't I say the word average? I'm gonna average it out based on like how I've actually went on dates.
Yeah.
So obviously some are longer, some are less, but averaged out, typically within the first month it happens.
Okay.
Always.
What's the longest you've waited?
The long without like consistently dating someone and not had sex with her.
Yeah, not someone that like you
here
talk
and
to
there,
her
like literally, like we're going on dates and still not having sex.
Like going on dates, still no sex.
Like still no sex.
Yeah.
Probably 2 months max.
How did that make you feel?
Struggled, and the thing is, well, I didn't struggle.
Yeah.
Because I went, obviously.
You went off the reservation.
Obviously, I had some backup pussy in my pocket.
Oh my god! Okay.
But I was struggling because it was like, yeah, I can get pussy from those, but I want yours.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like, it was kind of that like internal struggle where you're like,
yeah,
am I serious about her to wait? Like, but then, and I think this is a big reason why guys have like side things or whatever, because we view, like, we've talked about so many times how we view sex a lot differently than women.
Yeah.
Right? So, for example, when I'm dating this chick for a couple months, I'm not getting sex from her, which is the one I actually want to be with and the one I actually like, and I'm really waiting for her to say yes. Yeah. When I'm having sex with all these girls on the side, it's really just to keep me afloat. So that I can keep waiting for her. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, that's allowing me.
Like, if I don't do this, I'm going to go crazy.
Right.
I'm doing this for you, is what you're saying.
Because the thing is, because the thing is, they don't necessarily know you're fucking other girls, right?
Yeah, they may or may not know.
They may or may not know, but they're assuming you're not, just because they want to assume that. Yeah. So they're gonna assume you're not. So it's obviously some form of manipulation, of course, is a side of it. But in their mind now, if they make you wait 4 months, or
4 months, okay,
4 months, 3 months, whatever, if they make you wait any amount of time, they feel like, they feel that you've been patient, which you have for them. Yeah, but they've saved themselves those 4 months, which created tension for themselves, which is very, very high for you. Your tension is still high for them because you're excited those 4 months, but it's not the equal tension of like, we've both been without nothing and we finally get to do this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because they're probably not.
They're most likely not having sex with anybody.
You think so?
If they're, I can't talk for everybody. I'm just saying for the girls that have liked me and the girls that are dating me and I'm dating, I'm almost can guarantee if they're making me wait, they're also waiting. Okay. Like, it's like we're both gonna wait kind of thing. Yeah. Even though I'm not.
But imagine they're doing the same thing to you only because in their mind they're like, this is the person I want to be. Yeah. So we're both playing this.
That's very possible,
right? It's very possible. One of you just coming out and being like, "Yo, what are we waiting for here? Like, what is it we're waiting for exactly?"
I've done that before,
right?
You have to say, but you have to say. What are we doing? Seriously,
or what are we doing? I think if I had to put a time on how long, I'd probably say, honestly, 2 weeks to a month.
Max.
That's how quickly you need to have it. If I'm dating, like going on one date means nothing.
Yeah.
Right? If I see you again, if we see each other again,
We like each other.
there's something there.
You know we like each other.
There's something there.
Let's
If
cut the shit.
If I see you more than once, more than 2 times, okay, like
I'm attracted to you, attracted to
attracted to
me.
me,
We
whatever.
know this now.
we know this, right? Because I'm not taking time out of my day to see
Right.
one if there's nothing there.
And also, you have to keep in mind, if you're seeing someone 3 times, especially in our time frame and day and age and schedules,
yeah,
if I've seen you 3 times, that's not typically 3 days in a row. That's 3 weeks spread out over 3 dates. So it'd be like a day of seeing you, then a week of talking, a day of seeing you, a week of talking, a day of seeing you, a week of talking.
yeah,
So if by the 4th date, you don't know if you want to fuck me,
yeah,
you don't like me.
yeah.
And that's okay.
That's okay.
I'm
Yeah.
okay with that.
Yeah.
But I want to fuck you. So you're going to need to know this.
You need to let me
And
know.
we're going to have to do something about this.
Yeah, you need to let me know. Like,
Because-
you need to let me know whether or not we're gonna have sex. Because look,
Because what are you saying no for right now? Like right now.
Yeah.
If we've been talking for 4 weeks straight,
yeah,
see each other 4 times, went on 4 different dates within those 4 weeks, and we're talking almost every day in those 4 weeks.
yeah,
And we're together alone in a space.
yeah, and you say no,
And
like,
why? Like, what are you saying right now? What? Not that I know it's your body. Blah
Yeah.
blah blah. I heard all that.
Yeah.
Yes, it's yours. Yes, it's mine. But what do you? If you actually like me and I actually like you, and we're curious about this,
yeah.
what are you really saying no for?
I think it comes down to 2 things. She's either saying no because genuinely, she'd have to feel uncomfortable
Right.
about it, or she's concerned about how it may look to have sex so early with someone that she just met. Because in their mind, like a month may not be a long time. For
Right.
me, the whole reason why, I don't know if it might be because of the mindset I have now, but
Right.
a month goes by quickly, but at the same time, there's a lot that I can get done in
Absolutely.
a month. So if I think about like me giving you this time and doing all these types of things,
It's a month of investment. Right
if it's
now.
month investment, and the worst part is, look, I'll keep it 100. If we end up having sex and the sex is bad, or
Cut it now.
or I don't like
Please cut it now.
compatible with you, now I look like the asshole when I realize, okay, this isn't gonna work. So how do I break that off? Do I like ghost? Do I say to you like, sorry, like the sex wasn't great. Like, so I just don't think it's gonna work. There's no good way in or out of this.
So what? And I don't want to be that guy 4 months in. Can you imagine talking 4 months straight? The girl's super dope, and you're like, this sucks.
The sex is not good.
And you're
it's
like,
odd.
I have to pull out. No pun intended. Like,
yeah,
like at 4 months, now you're a dick. No pun intended again.
yeah.
Like now you're a dick because it's like we've been talking for 4 months. It's like we've only been talking for 4 months because you wouldn't let me fucking month 1. Do you understand? It only lasted 4 months because we haven't had sex yet, which is the raw truth.
Yeah,
There's a lot of relationships that lasted longer because sex hasn't occurred yet.
yeah.
Not because he really fucking likes you that long.
Oh wow,
That is real shit though.
No, it is.
Think
yeah.
about it.
Yeah,
Cause and now this is crazy. I'm having a revelation right now.
yeah.
Girls really have all the power in how long a relationship lasts.
Of course.
They have all the power. Of
course they do.
And I think they're fully aware of this.
Yeah.
To the point that I can even say, I think women purposely don't have sex because they know their pussy's trash and they want to and they want to see if they can get you to stay for something else. I said it. And I stand by it. I said it and I stand by it because I know. First of all, if you're not a virgin, then you know you have feedback. We have you. Unless you're a virgin, this applies to anyone that's not a virgin, of course. Yeah. If you're not a virgin, you have feedback. You know if you're good or not. If guys are like, "Oh, you're amazing," or guys are like, whatever. You know enough. So if you've had sex enough, at this point when you're going on dates now, you know your pussy value a little bit.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, you know your pussy
So if
value,
you're
you know
someone,
your dick value.
I feel the ones that really wait are truthfully scared that, like, based on their experience with other guys who may have left or whatever, that if I hold out long enough, which is I completely respect and understand because it's scary if guys keep dipping and fucking and dipping and fucking. It's scary, But I feel like the deeper like issue behind is like you're actually worried that if he fucks and it's not good, he's out of here.
Yeah.
So let me just prolong this long enough.
I see that
where he likes me more.
Yeah.
Where it's more than the pussy, but it'll never be.
Yeah.
It never will be. You can be amazing, you can be great, but if pussy is trash, like it's.
I can see that perspective.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I see it.
So
I never
like,
really thought of it that way.
Because that would make a lot of sense. Like you're like, especially if you have experience where guys just fucking and dipping.
Yeah.
Like
You might
now you get a guy you really
like,
you're like, let me just push it. Let me see how long I can really hold on to him. It's like I'm a good girl. Like I'm a good person. Like let me see if he likes me more, so that when it does happen, if he doesn't like it, maybe he'll still stay.
Okay, that's a very good take.
You know,
I see both of it because like on the other hand, it could be because they're making you wait because they truly value
that too,
their pussy so much,
of course,
which they should. But it's just like, okay, like I'm not giving this to just anyone, right? So I get that side. But your take as well is actually really interesting. I never looked at it that way.
I feel like my take is more for the I'll say the common dating scene because I feel like there's an upper echelon of women who are like, I'm actually not fucking anyone. Like I feel like there's a different class of women that's like, I'm not fucking no man unless he shows me fucking everything. Yeah. Then I'm like, fine. I don't even care about sex anymore. I like sex a lot. Yeah. I don't even care about that much though. That I'm willing to sacrifice my own pleasure to find a good man. Yeah. There's an upper echelon of women that are like that. Yeah. But for the majority of like day to day, like going on dates, that have sex casually, I feel like that speaks for those type of women. Yeah. Because they're not, if they're having sex regularly, they don't value their pussy, but they're not so strict with it. Yeah. That it's like you have to be a perfect man because you're fucking guy at the club. You're fucking guy here. Like. So it's not that type of value. Yeah. But it's still a value where like when I do give it up, these guys are dipping. So it's like, what, like, is it me? Like, what is it? So let me pull back a little bit and try and show some more of my traits before I do this. Yeah. You still might lose in the end.
No, you know why your point makes some sense too? Because truthfully, if I really think about it, let's say you meet a really dope girl and everything's cool. You look at the sex as a bonus. Yes. You never look at it as the primary reason why you're like a girl that you're actually whether you want to be with. You never look at the sex as this is one of the reasons. I mean, it is one of the reasons.
I know, but then I mean, like, like you're not like this is why I'm here.
Because usually what ends up happening is if you do talk to your boys about it or like one of your homegirls, you're just like, oh, she's this, she's cool, she's that. And the sex is great too.
At the end, you're like, and the sex is dope.
And the sex is dope. Like, that's a bonus.
Your list is so much longer.
Of other
that
things,
you're like,
right?
And the sex is dope, bro. Like, I'm chilling. Like, but it's not like the sex is amazing. No, it's she's this, and the sex is sick. Yeah. But when it's those things don't exist, it's like sex is trash. Like you're so aware of it. Like you're so aware of it.
Because you know what it is. Like if a guy or a girl ends up in this situation where they've been waiting, then they have sex and they realize it's not that great, but they've seen all these other things as someone that they like, you're more likely to say, I can work with this. Yeah. Like we can make,
even though it's a lie.
Look, I'll be upfront. If it's
a lie to ourselves, we try.
Hold on, Ryan. If it's trash, like completely trash, you're not getting out of that. Like you can't do anything.
But there are men that still say I can work with this.
Okay, well they're lying. If it's if it's literally mediocre. Mediocre sounds like such a bad word, but that's middle of the pack. Yeah. Right? Like that's middle of the pack. You're more likely to say, I can get this to I can get this to I can not even mediocre, average. If I say average,
I can train her. I can grow her. You start thinking of ways you can improve it. Like you give it a chance.
I know women are thinking that same way too. If they meet a guy who's
lazy dick, they're like,
I can make him great. I can do this.
Think about how sinister and crazy that is to even think that.
That's pretty fucked up.
I can do it so. I can make it work. I'll fix her.
You know, what's the name of that movie? $1 Million Man?
Yeah.
Where the guy's injured and they're like, we can rebuild him. We can make him stronger and faster. Yeah. Like, that's pretty much what's going on.
The moral of the story is, you can't fix us. Yeah.
Anyway,
we come as I am.
Yeah.
Take me as I am.
Let's wrap this up.
But yeah,
Good first episode.
great first episode of the new year. It's 2019. I'm super excited about this year. Zamora made a boasty post that I'm gonna make him expose right now. The man said, "Everything I did last year, 2019 is gonna make that look like a joke."
Oh, 1,000%.
Yo, that's a big comment.
It will.
That's a big comment. I like that.
Yeah.
That's the kind of talk I like. Man said, everything I did in 2018, 2019 will look like a goddamn joke.
It will. I'm telling you.
And let's just sit on that.
It will. Look, I know just once I get my proper setup, I have some like things I want to do, which I'll talk to you about off camera, but I'm going to level up this year. I know it's like the common thing people say,
Yeah.
new year, like new me, all this shit. I just know for a fact when I get the things that I need and they're in place, have these ideas that I can actually execute on, we're going to, not just me, like both of us, we're going to go, they're going to look at what we did last year and be like, wow, like that's crazy. Like what they did last year was trash in comparison. I'm telling you.
My goal this year is you're not even be able to text me anymore. Like straight through my assistant. Thank you guys for talking about the episode. We talk. I'm Mr. KOA alongside
Cowboy.
and this is We Need to Talk Podcast 2019. Peace.
We need to talk.
We need to talk.
We need to talk.
We need to talk.
We need to talk.